So let's talk about some really, really interesting topic to me. So marketing and sales.
I love that topic.
Yes, because so it's an ongoing conversation, has always been.
Mm-hmm.
And I know at some point for corporate structures, it could be the whole journey. So there could be a conflict, there could be a unity between marketing and sales. So tell me, what do the marketers need to do to be able,
Mm-hmm.
like, to be considered as a leader, as somebody who is managing a certain process and delivering a certain outcome in terms of the revenue, rather than a support function? So what do marketers need to do to be able to be part of the business?
So look, I see marketing and sales like the sun and the moon, right? They need to be together. And if there is a conflict between marketing and sales, then the organization is not going to succeed, very clearly. So there should be a true partnership, and there should be an ongoing conversation between marketing and sales and other stakeholders in the company. I work a lot with operations. Operations give me great insights about what the client has spent, which product or services that they bought. And then this historical data will give you, we use analytics a lot in marketing, will give you what is the propensity to buy for next product or service, etc. So I think it should be a team sport. And I think the way marketing will get a seat on the table is by becoming a trusted business advisor. A trusted business advisor is someone who understands the business very well, understands the market dynamics very well, understands what is the competition doing, and then with all that knowledge together, they will come and say, this is the right go-to-market strategy. This is what we need to tell our clients. And this should be a discussion with the sales because, of course, we have our own means to get the information, the external market reports, the analyst reports, your observation of what the competition is doing, etc. The clients come with insight, the sellers come with insight directly from the clients. And they tell you, no, this point is not relevant because the clients think that way. Or, yeah, I've heard this many times from my clients, so we need really to focus our messaging on that specific point. And therefore, this ongoing conversation, this partnership will first ensure that we have the best outcomes from our marketing campaigns. Second, there is a relationship of trust, and you position yourself as a trusted business advisor, and therefore the sales team will always come back to consult with marketing on various initiatives. I think that's how it should work. And then most importantly, everyone in that equation should do their work and do it right. If I commit to do a marketing campaign to specific markets at specific timing through specific channels, I need to do it. But then if my campaign is generating leads and I give those leads to sellers to go and talk to the clients and take that conversation to the next level and convert this lead into a win, then the seller needs to do it immediately, not after a month, because after a month, probably we created that need within the customer and probably another competitor came and took that opportunity because we were late to go and address the client need and discuss the progression of that opportunity. So it's a partnership based on trust, based on complementarity, and to have a seat on the table, you need to have a strong business acumen, which let you become a trusted business advisor.
That's great. That is a great insight as well. But so what is the main challenge? What are the main mistakes that marketers do which prevents them from becoming a trusted business advisor? So in your experience, because we know that there's some certain opinion about marketers not being close to the market, not being engaged with the with the actual clients, and then they gradually. Is this the process? Is this the system, or is this a personality? Or probably it's a bit of everything.
I think it's a bit of everything. Look, marketers usually tend to work a lot within the marketing team. Mm-hmm. I think talking to the sellers is very important. Because again, we have our own insights, but the insights we get directly from the clients are the most relevant one, right? Now, also to be able to become a trusted advisor, you need to have a business acumen. You need to be curious. You need to follow what's happening in the market. This will help you bring the innovation that is needed in everything you do, right? So if I am doing marketing for automation, right? I need to know how automation works. Automation of business, automation of IT, what are the players out there? What are the latest trends? What is robotic process automation?
Of course.
So we always come with a strong marketing background. No one does campaign better than we do. But those campaigns without a strong business context will not be as successful as they should be. So I think to be able to get easily that seat in the table, you need to build relationships with the sellers, with the business stakeholders in general. Can be a personal relationship, can be, let's go grab a coffee, how we're doing that deal, why is the client a bit reluctant, who is the competition, do you think they're better in price, they're better in specs, what can we do to... So all those things that marketers are not necessarily involved in are important for you to shape the best marketing strategy, the best marketing content, the best marketing go-to-market. And therefore, there should be a two-way discussion between marketing and sales. And once they see that you take those insights and you try to do something about them that will help them sell more, then next time you don't ask them, they will come and tell you, this is what's happening, this is what the client objections are, what do you think we should do? And this is how you become a trusted advisor. Not easy, takes a lot of time,
of course,
but
yes.
Definitely doable.
Do you think marketers should be client-facing at some point?
100%. I mean, I don't miss an opportunity to go and see client.
Yeah,
and
never say no to that opportunity, right?
Never say no. If there is an event, a meeting, that IBM C-suite study I told you about, I always go to CMOs I know. Hey, you're CMO of a bank, you're CMO of a retail. We have this fantastic study and we want to hear your views as a CMO because we want to build a point of view for the region. If we have enough CMOs from the region replying to this study, then we will get a point of view. And they happily do this. I'm saying CMO because it's the easiest point of approach for us marketers, but can be a CIO, a CTO, a CEO, or anyone. Go talk to the clients. You're talking about specific topic, which is in this case the C-suite study, but then conversation can go different ways. Yeah. And every conversation is a learning opportunity and will help you do better your work eventually.
Yeah. So, and then my next question would be, how do you think marketers should think about, developing their skills, considering the new year era, considering, all the new tools, all the new technologies that are coming into place, considering new products that are popping up, all this software, cloud as a service, all these technology solutions that require a totally different level of understanding of the business, of how the process flows, of how the sale is happening. So what are those skills for marketers that will help them to be successful? And my next question would be, is the cross-functional experience for marketers a stopper or is it a plus?
Yeah. So look, I think we need to get the basics right? We're marketers. We need to be on top of our game, meaning that any new development happening in the marketing function, we should be aware, understanding, and experimenting this, right? Being aware is not enough. You need to experiment to forge your personal point of view. Someone is saying TikTok is the best social media today. Don't take it for granted. Go and test it if you are in a business that allows you to do TikTok. Not my business, but I'm just giving an example on how you see trends in the market. Ideally, you should be able to build those trends, but if you see trends, you need to test them for your business, forge your own opinion, and make sure you are on top of your marketing game. That's on the marketing function. And then again, depending on what you're selling, you need to be understanding the market of your product or service. Not in marketing specifically, but in market dynamics, in competition, in trends, new releases, whatever the product or service is, right? So being curious is a must for me for being a marketer, because that curiosity will spark the innovation, and innovation will make you successful. Very, very simple.
How do you position yourself then with this curiosity within a corporate structure? How do you promote yourself and this knowledge? So this probably will help marketers if you share your experience on that.
Yes. So I think you need to come with bold ideas, try to do things different, and then go pitch your idea to the leaders on your organization. Get their buy-in. Get them to say, go try it. Let's see how it works. And then if it works, then you're doing something new and different. I remember end of 2019, I was covering a large region. We have a lot of services, right? And you cannot just do marketing for every service in every country. You cannot afford this from a people budget point of view. So you need to come up with innovative ideas. So I was looking to my team and say, okay, if we cannot do this physically in every country, why don't we do it virtually? That was end of 2019. There is no COVID, nothing. Mm-hmm. And then they said, but do you think clients will engage? I said, there is one way to figure out. You need to try it to see if clients engage. So I went and said, we're gonna do a end-to-end virtual experience, exactly like you attend an event. You have a lobby, you have registration, and then you have a main a plenary, and then you have breakout sessions, and then you have partners. And then this same setup, we're gonna do it in a virtual platform where everyone can attend from everywhere. The content will be there. We'll be also able to leverage a lot of the assets we have that will be available on that platform. They can download them, they can watch video, read case studies, etc. And then we will not make it as long as a face-to-face event because it's boring at some point. And then we decided to do the first IBM Services Virtual Summit that happened on March the 3rd, 2020. That week or the week after, physical events started to be cancelled. And then I started receiving calls from everyone in the organization, from Australia, Japan, and US, saying, now we cannot do face-to-face events. Tell me how you did your virtual event. And then, of course, this virtual event needed 4 months of preparation, a full team working on it.
Because
on the
it's
content.
Technology, isn't it? So
exactly. It's new. You need to assess different vendors. You need to think of the content strategy. How do you keep the audience engaged? We wanted to have live chat so clients can talk to. If you are in a physical event, you go to a booth, you find an expert, you ask them questions, they answer, right? We wanted to have the same in virtual. So we had live chat with experts who would answer. Of course, our experience at that time was people were more curious, right? Because they have the choice between attending a physical event or attending a virtual event. They came to experience to see how it works. And the feedback overall about the experience was very, very positive. Engagement was not up to the expectation, but then when virtual was the only way to engage, then the engagement went up, right? Because they were there just curious, trying to understand how it works. And then when COVID hit and virtual become almost everything we do, then clients would come to the event and behave as if they are in a physical event, go to the expert, ask questions, attend sessions, ask questions about the content of that sessions, etc. So I think if I didn't have this idea and went and pitched to people and they said, go ahead, have a budget, try it, and then I was lucky enough that circumstances made it even more relevant, but this is how we should do. And a message to all the leaders out there, if one of your team members come with an idea that is different, encourage them. Challenge them, yes. Ask them why they are doing it. Why do they think they will succeed? But then give them the means to make it happen and probably scale it and adopt it organization-wide.
I think it's very, very important. It's a very important message for marketers and for leaders because there's a lot of creativity that goes for nothing if it's not supported by 100%. The system or by the leader. Yeah, and thank you for saying that because I think for this specific region it's very important. So marketers should start expressing themselves with all the knowledge that they have to be able to speak up. And then there will be a demand for them to go and learn more, right?
Exactly.
Because they have an opportunity to express it or to build it into a certain campaign, let's say. So I wanted to ask you about a few other things. So because I think we had a good conversation in terms of how markets and personas are changing currently.
Yes.
Because it directly impacts on what activities become a priority from marketing perspective. So what is it there that has changed? What conversations and how the conversations that companies, brands are having with the clients in the tech space surely has changed over the last 2 years, let's say?
Yes. When COVID hit, the amount of digital transformation that happened is incredible. We have like 10 years worth of transformation in 2 years' time, right? And that digital transformation is related to every single aspect of the business, right? Whether you are in marketing, whether you are, you've seen like we need to shift in one night from face-to-face to digital. All our strategy, route to market, etc., have been changing. If you are in HR and then, people working from home and people having, family member that have COVID, and how do you really keep that human side in the conversation and make sure people stay motivated, etc. If you are in IT, it's a nightmare because you've been trying to have all your security of the company behind firewalls, and then the day after, everyone is working from home, and you need to open for everyone access to be able to access applications from their home without having security breaches.
Yeah.
And we've seen how many security breaches. So every single function in the company has been impacted. And therefore, when you talk about digital transformation, you're talking to everyone.
Yeah.
Right? You're talking to the CEO, being the leader. You're talking to the CIO because most of the transformations have a technology component. You're talking to the marketing. You're talking to HR. You're talking to finance. And of course, every persona have their own challenges, and you need to come with an understanding of what are the CFO priorities, what are the challenges of the CFO, and how can I address those challenges, and go with a specific messaging to that specific audience. So in everything we do, there is no one size fits all, right?
Yeah.
You need to have a specific audience, understand the requirements, and address them with the right messaging. And then if you succeed to do this, then you're having a new brand ambassador, an advocate to your business, because you really help them, and they will be ready to share their experience and help other peers in the industry do the same.
So basically, the core change in the conversations is that if a technology company used to talk to a CTO or CIO previously,
yes,
now that a technology company is talking to CMO, Chief HR Officer, basically across all the functions within an organization.
absolutely.
Because there's a solution for everything, and there's a tech solution, little to small, that requires a message, that requires a market, and there is a market for any tech solution now.
100%. I've been seeing a recent study that is saying that 30% of the marketing budget or 40% will go to MarTech. If you are an IT company and you want to tap into that budget, you need to go and talk to the CMO. Of course, the IT person, the CIO, the CTO should be part of that discussion. But today, if you limit your discussions to the CIO and CTO, you are skipping a big chunk of IT investment that are being done outside of the IT function within the different business lines. They are investing, they are transforming. They need people who understand their business and who understand the technology to help them transform and be more efficient. So absolutely, of course, there are technology companies that have a product that is meant for the CMO only, and they have been talking to the CMO forever. But there are companies who see that new trend coming and see that talking to the CIO or CTO is going to limit their scope within that business, and they expand the reach to new buyers. And it's really a fantastic experience talking to those new buyers, because the discussion with the IT tend to be quite technical. The discussion with the line of businesses is a very business-oriented discussion, and then marrying the two, the business and the IT discussion, is something I'm very passionate about.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are your key takeaways? Let's say, how do you combine a business and a technical discussion into one great branding message?
Yeah. So you start by addressing a business challenge, right? And then that business challenge will require transforming the way you reach out to clients.
Yeah.
And you look at the way you're currently reaching out to clients and say, okay, this is the customer journey. How do I change it? And that involves technology. So technology comes as an enabler for the transformation. You don't start with a technology conversation. You'll not have the right conversation. You start with how do you change the business? How do you transform? And then the technology comes as part of the conversation to enable that change. Of course, there is some strategy work that should be done. There is we do a lot of design thinking workshops to look at the state of the experience. For example, if you are a CMO, you're offering as is, and the to-be experience after we change it. Who are the stakeholders that are involved? What are the persona? How do they think? How do they behave? How can I address them in the most optimum way? And then based off that, you build that customer journey, and that customer journey will be enabled by different technologies. You would like the customer, when they arrive to your mall, for example, they receive a specific offer. There is an IoT behind geolocalization that know the location of the phone of your customer, and then when they come close to a specific beacon, they will receive that offering. So we talk about an experience, but that experience is enabled by a technology, and this is the beauty of how technology makes things happen.
Amazing. So I think it's when you articulate the value technology brings into everyday life of a CMO, CFO, COO. I think if you do it right, that's where the business and the technology comes together as a beautiful marketing message.
Absolutely.
So marketers have always been known for the fact that they are telling one story, and on the background there's a different situation. So, but I think so we're pretty much in the era where the message and the reality. So you can't basically deliver a message if there's no reality, because there won't be trust and credibility.
Absolutely. We live in an era where consumers are more informed than ever. They have all information with a touch, in one click. So you cannot say anything.
This is very powerful, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. You just need to be as direct, as honest, and as human as possible. We talk a lot about humanizing the experience, right? Don't consider me just as one number.
No. It's a big topic.
Exactly. We talk a lot about a human-centered approach. How do you look at those customers as humans first and be able to engage with them in that way, right? And therefore, it's an era where the content needs to be 100% aligned to the reality, and the clients need to have a clear understanding of the expectations. So no one is being trapped or being upset of the overall engagement. That's very important. An upset client will never come back.
This is one of the greatest change that has happened over a few years, definitely, where, a brand used to control the message a lot. And now with the amount of the content available online and the amount of communities and amount of social media channels where a client can basically express their opinion about the brand, about the product, etc., it's just no longer possible.
Absolutely. One thing we're seeing is that, and there are many research around this, clients now would like to consume more thought leadership coming from the employees rather than brand messaging coming from the brand itself. This brings back this human experience. I believe Larisa as a person, whatever she will write on her LinkedIn about their capabilities, I will consider it and trust it more than any big, messaging campaign that I see out there in the market.
Totally.
And that's why, especially in the consulting business, where we're a people business and people trust people, right? We're really encouraging our people to do more thought leadership, to be eminent in their social media network, to create those conversations with clients. If I see you're an expert in banking and you're talking about core banking transformation and you've done projects and you give your point of view about the project, then I trust you. And tomorrow when I have a project, I will come to you because I know you are a thought leader on that topic. I know you worked on projects and I know you can help me do my core banking transformation as an example. So it's very important today to have your employees become your brand advocate, and this happens through their digital eminence and thought leadership.
Absolutely, I totally agree, and I like the message that you're delivering. So, one of the last questions about, let's say, your work and your role in a corporate experience, etc. So, what would be 1, 2, 3 pieces of advice that you would give to marketers to succeed in their marketing career, to succeed in their KPIs, to be a happy marketer in the UAE region, let's say? So, what would be those advices?
Look, I think I said this. First is be curious. Curiosity is very important in everything we do. You need to know what's happening in the market, the trends, try new things, etc. So that brings the innovation that we need to see in the marketing function. Second, having a strong marketing background is very important. Having a strong business acumen is even more important.
Yeah.
We're all good marketers. But the difference between a good and a better marketer is their grasp of the business and understanding of the market dynamics. Number 3, be out there, right?
Speak up.
Speak up. Share your opinion. But be a thought leader, right? If you have an expertise around an area, show that expertise, share that expertise. That really makes a difference. We were talking about going out and talk to clients. Very important. If you have the opportunity to do this, do this. If you have tried something and you've seen it's working, share that with your audience because you become a trusted advisor. And we discussed how it is important to become a trusted advisor to take a seat in the table. And most importantly, have fun. We have a
marketing
fantastic...
Is fun. Yeah,
marketing is fun. Have
yeah.
fun, enjoy it, share the positive vibes around you. And I think these are ingredients for a successful business and marketer leader.